Hi beautiful people, hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lilian Shiro. I trained back in Kenya as a nurse and apparently I work in the UK as a registered nurse. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to do this video because it's been requested in one of my videos where I did childcare options, and then it was also requested when I did a collab with one of the YouTubers, Gloria Otiko, by one of her subscribers. So it's about how you can bring your kid or your children as a single mother to UK. But in this case, of course, I'll talk as a single mom, and also I'll talk if you're a single father, of course, I'll also mention that how you can do it. Yeah, so if you're new here guys and you've not subscribed to my channel, kindly consider subscribing to my channel. Also, if you're a returning subscriber, I really appreciate your support, and also remember to like the video, share your thoughts below in the comment section below, and also you can ask any questions and I'll get back to you. Without further ado, let's get into the video. If you are working in the UK, either as a nurse or any other sector that you work in, or maybe you're even a student, because if you're a student also you can bring your family as a dependent. So if you're a family, if I may say, if you're a family, like let's say I'm married, so I'm with my partner and I'm with my kids, it will be very easy to bring my whole family together with me. But in this case, where you're a single mom or you're a single father, it will be a little bit different, and then I'll be mentioning a few of the requirements, or maybe some differences that you may face, or what you may be required for you to have, for you to bring your child or your children as a single parent to the UK as a dependent. So I'll start by mentioning the requirements, what you need to bring your child as a dependent. This one will be in general situation where you're coming with your partner and you have kids or you have a kid. So I'll mention that, and then as we continue towards the end of this video, I'll be mentioning exactly what's the difference, and what is it that you require to have as a single parent, as a single mom, or as a single father. And this one I'm talking about in the basis that I am a single mom and I have my daughter here in the UK. How did I manage to bring her? That has been a question I've been asked by so many of you, and I thought it's good I get to address this one in this video, and that's why I'm doing this video. Yeah, so of course the requirements that you need, you will need the birth certificate for your kids or your child. You will need your passport, and also you will need TB certificate to come here to the UK. So this one, it's really good because if you go to like in Kenya, those people in Kenya, I've mentioned this one a ton of times in my videos, that you go to the IOM, so the IOM will give you the certificate. They'll do an x-ray if it's an adult, but it's for kids. They don't do the x-ray. So in case of my daughter, they never did the x-ray for her because she's younger, like she's below 12 years. So what they did is the doctor examined her. Of course, they'll auscultate her chest, listen and to hear if at all there are any consolidations or anything that can maybe mention that they may be having symptoms of the TB. So the doctor basically depends with the age of the child. For bigger kids, they'll have to do the chest x-ray, but for the younger kids, they don't do the x-ray, so they'll just do a normal physical exam, a normal auscultation, of your chest. They'll just listen for any consolidations that may hint that this kid is suffering from TB. Yeah. So from the TB now, of course, you will need, because you have your documents, as I said, you have your passport, you need the birth certificate. Of course, your birth certificate needs both parents' names. They need to be in there. And of course your name, and has to be correct and has to be the same as the one that is in the passport. So your birth certificate and your passport, they have to contain similar names, yeah, for your child. So the TB certificate, of course, for kids, we don't do police clearance. They don't do police clearance, so you're clear there. Also, for kids, you don't need IELTS exam. So they are not gonna sit for the IELTS exam, yeah. And most of the time we apply for these visas when we are on this side. So what you need when you do the application online, you need someone to accompany your child to the visa, yeah. You need someone, and you need to like appoint, you write it down yourself, yeah, that this so and so, either your brother or maybe if your partner is not here yet, they are still back there, they are the ones to go and accompany your child to the visa center. Yeah, so guys, it's very easy to get to apply a visa for your child because you don't have so many requirements. Yeah, now the thing is, if you're a single mom like myself, or you're a single father, you need the consent of the other parent, biological parent. And you might find this one might be required if you're applying for the passport for this child. If you're applying for the passport, you might be asked to bring the other biological parent. They have to be present at the time of biometrics, yeah? So what you need is talk to your partner or your ex-partner, of course, because you're single. If it's your ex-wife or if it's your ex-husband or your ex-partner, however the situation was, for as long as you have a kid together, they need to give the consent. So once they give the consent, they need to write it down, date, yeah, give both his name, of course. They need to give the full names also of the child, and they need to give your full names. So if it's me, I'm giving my partner permission to go with our kid to the UK, so I'll have to say, I, Lilian Wanjiru, yeah, I'm giving consent for my daughter to go with her father abroad. So her father, I'll say so and so, the name of the father. That's how I'm gonna write in the letter. So it has to state, and I will even say, or maybe go further, in a sober mind, I give this consent, so that you won't like say I was under the influence, yeah. So this letter has to state that you are not under any influence, you are doing it willingly. So once you have the letter of consent, you need to look for a lawyer, or you go to the courts, because when you're applying for the visa, they'll ask you, do you have the custody, legal custody of this child that you're bringing to the UK? So you might require to go see the lawyer, go with the letter, yeah, the passport, any documents that you might require. Go with the letter and you show that he agreed, the father to your child agreed, or the mother to your child agreed that you can take your child away from the country to the UK. You need to do that, yeah. So the court will give you, of course, they'll give you now the custody. They have the written document to show that you have the full custody, yeah. So that is okay. Other situations, maybe there are, how can I say, maybe there were problems, maybe they were not maybe agreeing or stuff like that, and you may feel this need to go to the court and follow the full, the full hearing for you to be determined that you can have the legal custody of this child. So if you went through the court, of course, you will come with a decision of the court. You can provide that one, yeah. And a good thing is that once you provide that one, of course, now if you've been given the custody, the court is on your side, and maybe at the same time, maybe the father or the mom will agree to write you a letter. But even if they don't agree at this time, and the court has determined that you are the one to have the full legal custody of your child while in the UK, there is nothing they can do. There's nothing that your partner can do. They can't say that she's not going or he's not going, that my child is not going. Yeah, they can't do that. They don't have any right to go against the court. Yeah, so the only thing is that if you go, how can I say it, if you go to the lawyer, of course they can write for you. That is if you didn't follow the legal proceedings, so a lawyer can write for you a letter. Yeah, the other situation is, now I've just mentioned about the court, you know. The other way that you can do this is if you have a way of proving that the father or the mother of this child, they haven't been present in their lives. You need to provide or to prove that you've been the sole provider to your kids or to your child. You have to prove that, and this one has to be from your expenses. Maybe you pay school fees, you have to show the school fees, your bank statement, you've been providing maybe food, even clothes, anything that can help, even the photos, you know, show the photos. Even if you have maybe messages, maybe you try to involve this person in your child's, you know, life, but they didn't want to, like they didn't agree with you. Take screenshots, but the messages, they are really vital and crucial in this matter. Yeah, take the screenshots and you show that this person, the other person, whether the mother or the father, they didn't agree with you. You know, they were not contributing. Maybe there was a point where you were asking, you need help, but they never, you know, they never accepted to be a part of bringing this child. Show those evidence. Yeah, show that they haven't been present, and that one will be okay. The other thing that I may say there is, let's say you have, maybe you live with your parents, or maybe your kids live with your parents. You can have your mom or your dad to write for you the letter to say, we've been looking after this child, we've been helping our daughter, or we've been helping our son all this time when the other biological parent was not present. You can do that, so they can write for you. And this one usually helps because, you know, I don't know how to say this, but I'll have to say it because this is life. There are people who are selfish. Once they notice that you're doing something that you can improve yourself, it's the time they'll start appearing. You know, they're like, this is my child, you can't go with them anywhere. It happens. This is life, it happens. But that's why I'm saying, if you go the legal way, you look for a lawyer, or you go to the court, or if not that, if this person has never been present in this child's life, you go talk to your mom, talk to your dad. If at all they have been helping you to write for you, they can write down. So anything that can prove that you've been the sole provider to this child will really help. And I've said this, from the bills, this maybe even groceries. Of course, you have the bank statement. You can show this one, you know, I've been using this money to do this, I've been using this money to pay school fees, I've been using this money to go to the hospital. Not only that, you can even show, like, if you have health insurance, yeah, you can show as evidence, this is my health insurance, that the child has been using my health insurance. Like, you can show that, for as long as you can prove. Yeah, so I would say that majorly is the difference between you bringing your child as a single parent and the other person who is bringing their child as a family, where they have, you know, a partner. Because for them it's very easy, guys. It's very easy because you're coming as a family. Yeah, to apply for their dependent visa, it's very easy. Yeah, so if you're already in the UK, and as I've said, you need someone to be there. If you don't want them to have any difficulties, like when they are going for the visa, biometrics and stuff, you can pay, like there's a fee that you can pay for them to be assisted, you know, in the visa center. There are packages. You see, when you're applying for the visa, there will be packages that will be showing what can be, you know, of assistance to you, like how can they assist you while in the visa center. They will do that, so you can do that, guys. So for kids, it's very easy. For kids, it's really easy to do their visa. The only issue I've said it's if the parent is not giving the consent, or if they start maybe coming now, later, now they know that maybe you're doing well, you're already in the UK, and they want to interfere with your life, if I may say. Yeah, they just wanna like frustrate you, if I may say that. It happens, but God is there. So the other thing I wanted to say is at the moment the visa, it's not that expensive, and if you're in the health sector, you'll just be paying for the visa, and probably if you're paying for any improved services of like what I've said, you'll be assisted in the visa center. So you don't need to pay a lot of money at the moment. Guys, if you follow my channel, I renewed my visa very recently, and our visa, my daughter's and mine, they were less than 500 pounds. Yeah, they were less than 500 pounds. So you see, if you are applying for one child, it will be around 230 or 240, depending, somewhere there. If it's for 2 kids, of course I've said it's below 500, but then I don't want to say the specific, because when I was applying for my daughter when she was joining me back then, it was 320, I think 320 or 23, something there. But at the moment, you see, it's gone to below, it was below 250. Before I finish this video, maybe I'll just say, look for as much evidence as you can to show that you are the sole provider to this child. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You look for the evidence. In case there are any messages or any pictures, you can screenshot there to show that this person has not been present. The other thing you have to be very careful is, I said the passport and the birth certificate, they have to read the same names. It's not your fault that maybe it happened then, and maybe the father is not even in the picture. It's not your fault. So if it's me, probably if it's me, it will be Lilian Wanjiru and my mom's name. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that the birth certificate, if it does not consist the name of the father, if you're a single mom, it's okay. It's not your fault that this person was not present. Yeah, it's not your fault. But you have to make sure that the names reading in the birth certificate are the same names that's gonna read in the passport, and the same names will be given to the visa center when you're applying for the visa. You have to do that. And of course, when you're applying for this one, you'll be using your COS from your employer. So the COS number and the COS license number, they're the ones you're gonna use. The other thing, when I was applying for my daughter's visa, I was asked for my, I can't remember, there's a special number that is provided on your visa application. So if you are the one, like myself, I'm already a nurse here. If I am the one who is applying for my child, the visa, you have to include that number. There's somewhere they're gonna ask you for that number. So you need to include it. And I remember either I didn't fill out back then, because after 10 days, after submitting her visa application, they did ask for that form. So I just had to scan that form. You see the form that it's usually like you are told to download this form. It has summary of your details after applying the visa. Yeah, that's the form you're gonna use. Just scan and submit together with the other documents that you require. So make sure you have that special number, and make sure you know your COS number, that's certificate of sponsorship number. So you need to scan again that certificate of sponsorship, because it will be having the number and it will be having the employer's license number. It will be having that one. Yeah, the other thing you need to show is accommodation. Yeah, you need to show that you have accommodation, that your child or your children, they're not coming and they don't have anywhere to stay. You need to provide a UK address, your home address where you live. And how you can prove this, mostly here in the UK, you can use your driving license because they usually state, you know, your address there. So you can use your driving license. Your UK driving license usually has that one. If not the driving license, you can use maybe any kind of letter with the utility bills. Yeah, you see, like electricity or gas, if at all, usually like receive your bills and they write letters to you, also you can provide that one. So you just scan that form or that letter and then you attach it as part of the documents. The other thing you can use like a bank. Yeah, they usually consider bank letters. Let's say if I am with Barclays Bank and I've been receiving letters from the bank to my house and they have my house number, also you can do that. You can do that. To some extent, you can also provide like proof of work. Yeah, like you see your contract, it may be showing your address. What they need is legit form or letter that can show this exactly where you live, that you are not looking for other places outside there and trying to pretend this where you live. No, it has to be specific, showing where you live, the address. So the address will be, of course, the house number, it will be the street, and of course you provide your postcode. Yeah, and maybe where you are you in Northern Ireland or England and stuff like that. Anyway, it will flow when they ask that. So you just need proof for that. That's all for today. So thank you so much for watching this video. I do appreciate. Please remember to subscribe if at all you've not subscribed. Also remember to like this video, and in case you have any questions, please ask in the comment section below and I'll be answering them to you. Also, you can share your thoughts. You can, in case you're already here in the UK and you feel maybe I've missed something, I've given this according to my, of course, my experience, because I brought my daughter here and I'm a single mom. Of course, I've mentioned the things that I had to go through and what I provided. So in case you have any questions, please do ask, and then I'll be seeing you in my next video.